while I was there, one evening I was in the pub, after a long, hard day's songwriting, obviously, and I was supping on a pint of ale and flicking through the reading material that they had. They had this little green book that was the history of the Women's Institute of Wesselton, and it was very informative. I learnt a lot, and the very last page had printed in there a little poem, two verses long, and wow, it just, I don't know if it was because I was in the frame of mind of songwriting and a bit emotional, but it really struck me, and I thought it was just so beautiful and poignant, and I thought, oh, I'll have that. I'm going to nick that and make it into a song that no one will ever know. Because it didn't say that anyone particularly, famous had written or anything. It was just a poem printed in a book. It said, donated by Mrs. L. Clarence of the Women's Institute of Wesselton in 1923. And so I figured no one would ever know. So I took these two verses and I went home and I picked up my guitar and I added 3 more in the same sort of vein. And I made this song and I was really pleased with it. And I recorded it, and just before we put it out into the world, I just had this little feeling that I should Google it and just make sure. And so I Googled the lyrics of the poem. Yeah, it turns out it's a really famous hymn by an American hymn writer called, I can't remember his name, C. Austin Miles. And so I now share a songwriting credit with C. Austin Miles, and we had all sorts of legal issues with his publisher, but anyway, it came full circle, and legally now it's on the album, so it's the title track, and I hope you will join me in one of the sections. It's just humming, and it's a very easy sort of in the round kind of hum. And it's so lovely when everyone hums along, so please join me. And yeah, here we go. Here's a song called A Little Redemption. A little more kindness, a little less greed. A little more giving, a little less greed, a little more smile, a little less frown, a little less kicking a man when he's done, a little more weed, a little less eye, a little more laugh, a little less cry, a little more flowers on the path of life, a fewer on the graves at the end of the street. A little more love, a little less hate, a little more fall, a little less waste, a little more sunshine, a little less rain, a little more seeing the good people again, a little more light, a little less dark, a little more together, a little less apart, a little more hope, shining light, it follows everywhere. Hum, 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 hum. A little more dreaming, a little less nightmare, a little more peace, a little less morphine, a little more tolerance. Love is love, a little redemption for every one of us. Just a little redemption for every one of us. A little redemption, oh, a little redemption, a little redemption. Thank